Hey, hello. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Zachary Reality, and I am so excited to be here today to dish on the newest season of Traitors. Well, it is the first season of the US version, but they actually have a UK version as well. I don't know how many seasons of the UK version they have, but I definitely want to binge the UK one now because I've never seen it and I don't know anything about it. So, oh my gosh, cannot wait to do that. But welcome back to my channel. We're going to be discussing the season of Traitors US, all 10 episodes, and that ending. Wow. Oh my gosh. I just finished watching. It's Saturday and it's raining in LA, but I could not wait any longer because I was so into it and I was so obsessed with it. So I just had to watch it and binge it because I was scared that if I didn't watch it as fast as possible, that I was going to get spoiled online. And so far, it actually didn't happen so far. I already finished it. It didn't happen. I didn't end up getting spoiled, which made me so excited and so into it the entire time. I was glued to the computer. So let's talk about the season. Let's get into it and let's talk about the ending. And make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you are new here. And let's talk about it. So if you haven't heard of the show and you're just here to try to check it out, probably not the best idea because I'm going to be doing spoilers. So if you also haven't finished it, definitely head out of here. But it's basically a show filmed in the Scottish Highlands, and there's 20 contestants. 10 were former reality stars, 10 were newbies. So I think that they got the former reality stars to participate in the show because they wanted to kind of bring awareness. I feel like that's what always happens when they bring reality stars. That's how you get viewers intrigued. And boy, was I intrigued. We'll get into that in a second. But basically, 3 people were selected as the traitors anonymously. So you're blindfolded. And you and the faithfuls had to figure out who the traitors were. So each day they had different competitions and challenges, and they would build alliances, around the castle, which was so beautiful. And they had to kind of vote people off each night based on who they thought was a traitor. But the traitors also had so much control because they were able to murder someone at night and then anonymously, and then everyone would wake up, go to the breakfast room, which was so funny. And for a while I was wondering if they actually even ate breakfast, because obviously if they're on camera, the camera people don't want to show people chewing. But I was just like, this is just so pretty. Is anyone dipping into that bread? Like, why is it just sitting there so perfectly? So it was just such an intense game, and it got even crazier towards the end. So let's talk about it. Let's get into it. So the cast was immediately excited me because I watched Survivor. I know about Big Brother, knew Rachel Riley, knew Cody, love The Bachelor, so I was excited to see Arie. And I also am a fan of Bravo. So Housewives, I knew Brandy, I knew Kate, but I didn't know Kate too well. She is so funny. I mean, her storyline was hilarious. We have to kind of talk about like the moves and stuff. I mean, her and Brandy together were so funny. They were such a dynamic duo. I feel like they had a lot in common. Like they both were really similar archetypes, like inappropriate and like hilarious and just said whatever. And it was just a really good cast. It was really exciting to watch a show about like social strategy and stuff because I'm so into these game shows. And I feel like Survivor's so played out, Big Brother's played out, The Circle is played out as well. So this is just like a new competition show that I was just like all about, right? They need to do more seasons immediately. But like I said, I'm going to watch the UK. So, oh my gosh, let's just get into it. You have been warned. There are spoilers. Okay. Sari. Sari ended up winning. Wow. So part of me is really happy for Sari because I know her journey on Survivor and how she's tried to win these shows before. She's been so close to win at the end multiple times. So it makes me excited for her because this is such like a full circle moment. Like Sari has finally got her justice. She finally won one of these shows. And like, I'm proud of her and she did that. But then I also was watching it and I was so frustrated because I'm like, why is no one seeing this? Has anyone heard of Sari Fields? Like, come on. If I was on this show, Sari would be my number one target because I'm thinking as like a producer where I'm like, of course the producers are going to make Sari a traitor. If you know her storyline from Survivor, like it would make the perfect sense to put her in that position to win the game. So I almost feel like the producers set it up in a way that made it possible for Sari particularly to win because out of all the reality stars coming back, she had the most story archetyped, if that makes sense. She had the storyline that it was just like, you want Cirie to win. We've wanted Cirie to win a show since 2005. That's what she just said when she played Survivor Panama. So I feel like, of course, you've seen her gameplay before. Like, why did no one think about how good she is at these types of games? Because she's so good at it. And she won! Oh my God. So I really was surprised that no one came for Cirie, but Brandy did say that she thought it could have been Cirie. Brandy's really smart, but Brandy's demise was that she was such a loud player. She was so vocal. She was so, like, she was pissing people off. And the way to win strategy games like this is to lay as low as possible until the beginning. In the beginning, you lay as low as possible for as long as you can, so the target isn't on you. And Cirie said that. She's like, out of sight, out of mind. So it's like, you don't talk as much. You just listen, you observe, you channel it in. And I think that's why no one assumed that Cirie was the traitor the whole time, because they were focusing on all these big personalities. So what we saw in the beginning is a lot of big personalities made themselves a target and got sent home. Like Reza, he was an easy vote. Even Kyle, like when he put himself out there too soon. Also with Brandy. And then Kate, she just was like the one person with like this giant, obnoxious personality where she was able to be the scapegoat. I think Andy said it. She was like, Kate was the punching bag all season. She was the scapegoat. It was easy to hide around. And I think that's kind of how Kate was able to go to the end of the game. I was so frustrated when Cirie turned on Arie and voted out Kate. But then it made sense to me because let me just say, I was rooting for Arie the whole time. Like, I wanted Arie to win. I love Arie. But it all made sense to me where Cirie felt like she had the most loyal alliance of Andy and Quentin. So if she could trust them and they all trusted her, it made sense why she kept them close, and they trusted Cirie more than they trusted Arie. So I understand why she brought them to the end, because it got so difficult. And I understand why she got rid of Kate, because Kate is such a loose cannon that if anyone would have called Cirie out, I feel like it would have been Kate. Also, Andy and Quentin were the most loyal, like, stand-up people. So it made sense for Cirie to bring them, because that they're so faithful and they wanted to just stay true to their word and stay true to their alliance. And it's interesting to watch these games because I feel like the farther along you get, for some people, like, you build such close relationships that it truly doesn't even, you don't care anymore about winning. You just care about like honoring those relationships and those commitments, and that's what means more to you. And I think it's easy to say, like, of course I'm going to win. I'm going to do whatever it takes. But then when you're in the moment and you get to the end of the game, you probably feel like we wouldn't, unless you play a game like that, you probably wouldn't understand like the emotional depths and friendships you make with people. So I understand why some people, honored relationships over the prize. But with Cirie, she's played games before. She's come so close. So of course, she's just like, it's a game. I'm here to play. I'm here to win. So I understand why she won and how she did it so flawlessly. And it was so fun to see her as the narrator throughout the entire game, the puppet master. She was so good. And at first, I thought maybe Arie and Cirie were going to split it, and that would have been the best case scenario. But then Cirie said, to the confessional, Arie doesn't deserve to win the game. Like, Cirie deserves to win the game because she was a traitor the entire time. Arie became a traitor halfway through the game, or even like episode 6 or whatever. So he didn't have to go through as much as Cirie. Okay, we have one comment from Blaze2866. She says, so happy for Cirie, been rooting for her since her Survivor days. Yeah, I'm happy for her too. I'm just frustrated because I was imagining myself playing the game, knowing her history in Survivor, knowing she had to go home. Let's talk about Arie eliminating himself. I'm so disappointed when anyone eliminates from a game. I'm also dying to know what happened to Amanda. I guess she had like a family emergency or just something back home. I think her name was Amanda. I'm sorry if it's not, but she just like left the game. But I think she wasn't really like a big character, so it didn't really matter. But I'm just like, what happened? Like, you okay, girl? Like, we're worried. But with Arie, I think once he realized, well, at first I thought he did the green rock because he knew that Cirie was going to do the red because there are other traitors here. So I thought that he was going to try and frame Cirie and then get Quentin and Andy to vote out Cirie and be like, why does she think there's a traitor here? It's because she's a traitor. Or maybe, I don't know. I was trying to figure that out. But then Arie decided after to pull himself from the game. And his reasoning is because he has a business and he has a family, and he also got betrayed by Cirie. So I don't think he knew how it was going to shake up. But I think with Arie is that he sent himself home before they potentially voted each other out. And I think he noticed that Andy really needed the money because they was having a baby. Maybe Andy already had the baby. I'm not sure because this was probably filmed like a year ago or like 8 months ago. And Quentin needed the money, and Suri kept saying, I need the money for my family. So when it gets to the end of the game, Arie realizes he already has money. Arie's already rich. Okay. He has a vacation house in Hawaii. Okay. Like he doesn't need the money. So for him to backstab that late in the game, is it really worth it for him? Because then he ruins his reputation. Everyone's going to be like, Arie is such a jerk. He is a multimillionaire. And here you have three people who really need the money for their families, especially Andy and Quentin. I feel like with Suri, like she's been on reality TV for 10 years. So you would assume that she like has money just because you when you go on a reality show and you gain followers, like you could be able to capitalize. Not everyone. I mean, it's hard. You got to put in the work on social media, the brand deals, whatever. But it's like if you have that public image, you can, use that opportunity to capitalize off of your money. So, but Serene needs the money. I mean, she has kids. But I'm saying like yeah, you get what I'm saying. So Arie decides to quit, and I think that was his best bet because, like I said, he already is well off, and he would have looked like a jerk. But it was still frustrating as someone who like loves competition shows to see anyone quit the game. But I get it. They needed it, and it was so emotional, and it was so crazy at the end because Quentin and Andy really thought they had it. They really trusted Suri, and that just shows you how good Suri is at this game. So she did that. The challenges were really fun to watch as well, especially with like the Loch Ness Scotland thing where they're jumping out of helicopters. I feel like I would be so scared to jump out of a helicopter, and I would be so scared to go into the cemetery in the beginning challenge where like 6 of them had to get buried. I would have been terrified. I also would not have liked to be on the wheel. But that was my favorite challenge because I like the challenges where everyone like says how they feel about each other. That's always fun to watch. Something else I liked about the show was the drama. It was fun to see the feud between Rachel and Kate. Excuse me. That's always fun. And I went to an event last night for Traitors. They had like a show. They had a game for like influencers or content creators. So me and my friends actually got to play. So they gave me this. They gave us like some goodies in here. They gave us like a little thing, which I think is just like a game where you roll the dice. I have to try this. It says, wash the whiskey rocks, place whiskey rocks in velvet bag, place bag in the freezer, let them sit overnight. Oh, it's tequila. Your favorite tequila. Oh, it's whiskey. Sorry, I don't even know why I just said it was tequila when it's literally whiskey. Okay, so I'm gonna have to put whiskey rocks. And then they also gave us this drawing, which I think looks just like me. Like I'm obsessed. I wanted to wear this shirt last night, but it wasn't like you can't really wear a sweatshirt to an event, but it says Scotland because I actually went to Edinburgh, Scotland, when I was studying abroad a few years ago. So I just love shows that are filmed in other places. That's one of the things I loved about Survivor is how they filmed in a different country every single year they used to. So I just like love the culture. I think the Scottish culture is so interesting. So that was really fun to watch. And it's interesting too with the dynamics of friends. So I wanted to know how big of fans were these newbies, if they were fans of these reality stars, because then they should have maybe, noticed that Stephanie and Suri are friends in real life. They go way back from Survivor. Same with Rachel. She's from Big Brother. Her and Cody were friends, but I guess everyone kind of put that aside because Cody and Rachel ended up turning on each other. Also, Cody is so handsome. So handsome. It's fun to watch a show when there's some eye candy. Arie looked good too. But Cody blew his cover when he whispered to who did he whisper to when he blew his cover? I wish there was more people on live so you guys can help me remember. But it's Saturday and it's raining. He whispered to someone that I think it was Kyle, and that kind of blew his cover. And then Christian also blew his cover as well. Why did Christian feel obligated to bring that up about the whole traitor thing? I also liked how they brought in Arie and they brought in another traitor. And I think that was the smartest move for Suri and Christian to bring in Arie, because Arie, I feel like is someone that would have been really good at pretending to be a traitor. And at that time, they needed someone that was good at pretending to be a traitor so that they didn't blow their cover. And I feel like everybody else, it would have been too wishy-washy. So I think Arie was the perfect decision. At first, I thought Suri was going to choose Stephanie because they were so close, but I don't think that Stephanie would have been a good traitor. Maybe it's been a long time since Stephanie has played Survivor, but I just don't think that she would have been a good liar and a good traitor. And I mean, we never know, but it was just like she really made it clear that she was a faithful the whole time. And I think the strategy was trying to get rid of people that, yes, were onto you, but you also wanted to get rid of people that were like non-entities. So we saw a few of the people in the beginning go home who like Azra, who like weren't entities because it was just easier to get rid of them so that there was bigger targets, because the traitors' goals are to have like bigger personalities or people that there's already suspect or drama. So that's why Rachel was great too for the traitors for a while, because she had drama with a lot of people. And yeah, it was just that's the strategy, right? So wow, yeah, I mean, it was just such a good game. I loved the show, and I really want to hear what you guys think about it in the comments down below. So definitely let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you guys have any questions. I don't know what I can answer, but maybe I'll get to interview someone from the cast. Um, Definitely that'd be cool. And I mean, I think that's pretty much it. Like, I'm like trying to think what else happened. Cody, Brandy, Reza, Kate, Sari, Arie. Wow, what a game. I really want to see everyone's reactions to finding out that Sari was the traitor, like all the people who already went home. So I was kind of hoping that at the end of the show, everybody came back and like was like, oh my God, like this happened, this happened. But I'm sure that the cast will do like interviews and stuff, and then everyone can kind of share how they feel, and there'll be like more stuff coming out about that. We definitely need like a reunion, because I'm like dying to see like what Rachel and Stephanie and everyone else's like thoughts are. One thing was interesting is that they didn't film in the bedrooms until the end. I was like, where are these people sleeping? I wonder if they had like a curfew where they all had to go to sleep. That's what I'm like assuming. And I mean, I definitely need like a castle tour. So Peacock, like go on YouTube, give us like a castle tour on YouTube. And I mean, that probably is so fun to live in that castle. And then it was like every single day. And I remember when Arie left to go film the show, he didn't say where he was going. A lot of people thought, including myself, that he was going on The Amazing Race at the time. But I remember him saying it was like he could be gone for up to a month, depending on how long he makes it. So everybody truly went home right after. And same with Shelby. I feel like she clearly wanted to go home because she really missed her baby, and that got to her. So yeah, so everyone just kind of left. I guess they probably get there like a week early to do like testing and like prep and stuff. And then it was like every single day they filmed. So there was 20 people. A couple people got eliminated in like one day, but it was just like every single day. Like that is such a mind game. I really feel like I would be good at the game. But then again, like if I say that, then I'm cocky, and then I get blindsided. So it's like you always want to continue to be paranoid and continue to always watch yourself, because you just never know. And it's like you have to be so good at the game. When I was playing the fake game last night, Traitors, because it was like a 30-minute thing, I was trying to be really, really quiet. And that was like my strategy. But it was kind of different because when we played, there was like no vote offs or banishing. It really was just like they picked the traitor. We did a bunch of challenges really, really fast, which was so much fun. And then at the end, and then the traitor eliminated 3 people. This is my mockery last night at the event. The traitor eliminated 3 people. So Gabby was the traitor. I was so nervous. I was like, don't pick me, don't pick me, because I'm so competitive. I have to win every single game. And then when we got to the round table, there was 5 of us left, and then we all picked Gabby. I mean, everybody else like assumed it was her. I was like unsure between 2 people. And then she was the traitor, and we called her out. So then the 4 of us ended up splitting the fake money. So that was the event last night. So thank you to Peacock for inviting me. I had so much fun. And those are my thoughts on the show. I'm sure I'll think of more thoughts and leave my thoughts on TikTok over the next few days. I didn't want to post too much because I didn't want to spoil it for anyone, because I know people are still watching. It just came out. And yeah, that's my YouTube video. That's my live. Let me know your thoughts on Traitors in the comments. I definitely want a season 2. I think they could do another type of show where they bring, 10 favorites back and 10 newbies. They could also do like a blood versus water version where they have family members. I really hope that this show continues because I'm so into it. Let me know your thoughts below. Subscribe to my channel, ring the bell so you're notified whenever I go live or post a new video. And thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your weekend. Bye.